2017 has been a great year for me. Like my channel grew a lot. Well, actually, let me start off by introducing myself. Like Andrew said, I'm Courtney Daniella. I'm Ghanaian too, and I'm a student. I'm in third year. I major in sociology, and when I was asked to speak, two topics came to mind, and I'm going to talk to you about one of them. And it's the least developed one, so this is a risk, but it's close to my heart because it's something that I had to learn recently. So it's not necessarily about motivation. I feel like we go, I mean, I'm sure many of you have heard many motivational speeches this year. Start your vision, go forward, do your thing. So I'm not going to tell you, because if you haven't done it, I'm not going to be whispering to you in your room, do your thing, do your thing. You have to choose to do it. But one thing I learned towards the end of the year, which was quite personal to me, was actually about commitment. And I always thought of commitment as a relationship thing. You know, I commit to you, you commit to me, moist. But to me, commitment is about relationships. And this year, I had the opportunity to get closer to my mum. So I'm being very transparent here with you guys, and I'm going to allow you guys not to... Okay, I was a wayward child, but anyway. I'm not going to ask you guys how wayward you were. I'm going to allow you to just peer into me, and I'll let you guys be innocent and angels for this evening. But I was quite a wayward child. I just wanted to do my own thing. Does that make sense? Like, I made the rules. I set the tone. What I want to do, I do it. And sometimes that doesn't work. Especially when you're like 15, and you don't really know what life is about, but you think you do, but you don't. So it got me into some dark places. I battled a lot with mental health issues, and 2017 was like the year I stood firm at. Like in January, I was at crossover service, and I was like, you know what, this is the year. I am going to conquer my mind. I'm going to get over my emotions. I'm going to go into, you know that everyone talks about that closet, there's skeletons in the closet. Mine was dusty. So I said, yeah, I'm going to enter that closet and I'm going to clear it up. I'm going to do something about my life. I'm going to be the person who I want to be this year. And I'm not necessarily going to do the things I want to do, because every year we set out, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. This year I said, no, I'm not going to do much. I'm going to be the person who I want to be. And that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to go and jump off mountains, and this year I'm going to go and skydive, and I'm going to, go snorkeling. I'm not that person. Very sorry. But this year I was going to be good to myself, and I was going to be good to people. And that's just kind of the context of what I'm about to explain. But this year I got closer to my mum because I'm my mum's first daughter, and I was the first of my family lineage to be born abroad. So I was the Westerner. And that was my excuse for everything. Mum, we don't do it like that over here. We don't do it like that over here. You know what I mean? And so this December, I was going through such a dark time at uni. Work was all over me. And I'm a Christian, and I just felt like I needed to call my mum. And that's never my immediate response. You know how people are, oh, my mum's my best friend. Nah. My mum's the person I go to last resort. If something is bad, if I need money, if I need a bailout, if I've killed somebody, something's happened. It's never a release for me. But something just said, go to your mum. And I went to her, I literally just called her and I was just crying. I was like, mum. She was like, what's wrong? What's going on? And something bad, and I'm just like, no, mum. And I didn't know what I wanted to say, but I was on the phone. And then something just told me, breathe and calm down, because I'm very dramatic. I can get very theatrical. And so I was like, Mum, I love you. And I just want to say thank you. And those are words, it's bare cliche and whatever, and I put my mum as my DP when it's her birthday and stuff like that. But like actually telling her thank you, because it dawned on me, my mum is the only commitment I've ever had. She's the only one who's ever shown me full commitment. I'm only 20 years old, and I calculated this, 7,528 days that I have been alive, I've achieved a lot. But that's 7,528 days my mum woke up and said, despite how wayward she is, I'm going to be her mum. And And that to me was the biggest lesson I ever learned this year, that commitment is a choice you make. You wake up in the morning and you say, I'm not going to let this go. I'm not going to let her down. I'm not going to allow her to go down the road she's going down just because she thinks it's right. And even though sometimes you can't control people, sometimes people let you down. I've let my mum down bare times, but she is still committed. I know my dad, I know who my dad is, and my dad is like my G, you know what I mean? I see him sometimes, like, my G, what's good? But for many years, he wasn't committed. There was a day he woke up and he said, I'm not doing this anymore. And he walked out and he lived his life, and I can't blame him, but my mum stayed. And sometimes we assume, especially if you've grown up with a single parent, like, oh, but it's your parent. Do you get what I mean? How can they leave? But my dad did it. Left. I've seen so many other people walk away from things, and it's not just relationships, it's not just your children, it's your job. It's your, I don't have time for this, I could do better than this. But then it makes me think of Ruth in the Bible, where she tells Naomi after, okay, do you guys know the story? Yeah, so like Naomi loses everybody she loves, they will die. And Ruth is her daughter-in-law. Ruth just tells her, like, no, Naomi tells Ruth, leave me, like I'm darkness now, like I'm bitter. She even changes her name to bitterness. Anyways, and then Ruth is like, you know what, no, I'm not gonna leave you. Where you go, I'll go. Where you stay, I stay. Where you die, I will die. And your God will be my God. And it just makes me think, and this is what I wanted to share with you. A lot of us, I'm not saying stay in toxicity. Anyways, English, wow. But yeah, I'm not saying stay in any toxic situation, but I'm telling you that sometimes when you want to walk away from something because it's not what you want it to be, it's not what you imagined it to be in this time, it's not what you think that you deserve, maybe the potential of that thing, the greatness in that thing lies in your commitment to it. If you walk away now, what hope does it have? If Ruth had left Naomi, Naomi would have died hungry because she wasn't going to work. She was bitter. No, Ruth went about. She worked, she harvested, she worked hard. And she gave her a life that she probably could have never imagined. But she wouldn't have got that if Ruth had not decided to be committed. And sometimes we want to leave things because it's not what we think it should be. But we're there to make it what it should be. You bring your talents, you bring your hope, you bring your love, and you commit. And it's not easy, but every day you wake up, it's a choice. You have a vision, write the vision, make it plain, but now it's time to go into motion. You have to wake up, you have to choose, this is going to go into motion today. Everyone's let me down. I asked for money, they didn't give it to me. Wanted to get a loan, I couldn't get it. Student finance let me down this year, but let me not immigrate it. But I still woke up and I said, you know what? By force, by fire, I'm not leaving this uni. You think I'm going to graft hard? I've been in this uni for 2 years, 3rd years, but I've got a conk. You're bloody funny. So you wake up every morning and you commit. And I think we take commitment for granted. I take my mum for granted sometimes. I just assume you'll wake up and the bills are paid and the rent is there. And my mum came from Ghana and she was the only person in her family to be in London. She didn't know anybody. And yet I stand here 7,528 days later. And I'm a Cambridge University student. I have a roof over my head every morning. I have lights. I have cereal in the cupboard. I have somebody telling me, Courtney, get up and wash the plates, but I have plates to wash. But that's because somebody decided every morning, I will commit to this. I will commit to this vision, despite the fact she's been let down, despite the fact people told her no, despite the fact she was scared, despite the fact she never asked for it. She woke up in the morning and said, you know what, this is what I have, I will make it work. And it worked. And that's what is inside of you. You can birth something, but if you're not committed to it, it will never be nourished. My mum said, you know what, Courtney, bye. If you want to just do you, do you. I will be homeless. I will let you know that now. I'll be homeless, I'll be hungry. 2 states I don't want to be in. But because she chose to commit, she's birthed something that's her promise now. She saw it in me. And sometimes people are going to let you down. Sometimes situations aren't going to be as great as you want them to be. Sometimes you're stuck in a job that you don't want to be in. Sometimes uni is just long. Sometimes you've gone to a church and there's so much church hurt and people have gossiped and people have said this about you, people have told you you're not going to be anything. But let hope, let love, let light fuel your commitment. So I just want to let you know that commitment is a choice. You can choose to let it go, you can choose to let it down, but at the end of the day, it's your vision. You commit to it every single day. You say, this is going to work. I am going to make this work. Because my mum did it with me and I think I've come out okay. And 2018 is going to be a lot better. But that's one thing I realised and I just wanted to share it with you. So thank you so much for your time.